Lucille. I had money and clothes too.
One of the fantastic people I got to meet out there was Pete Hoffman and his wife Tina. Beautiful couple with 3 beautiful little kids, and we met at the Green Festival in Napa City, and we started talking about wines. And he's doing some really interesting stuff. Pete Hoffman has been farming in Napa Valley Cabernet Sauvignon for the past 18 years. He's grown it for some of the top names in the valley, up on the mountains, everywhere, all around, and wanted to apply all those years of knowledge of what goes into great Cabernet where, and his understanding of the grape of Cabernet into a bottle. But then again, he's taking it into a peaceful route. He's really into sustainable agriculture, a good concept of really understanding the entire ecosystem and how to hold it in balance, to be able to maintain the health of his vineyard, to maintain the health of his vines and his grapes and his fruit without having to resort to chemicals. Understanding how to be able to balance cover crops, to be able to grow in between the vines, which promote healthy insects that eat the bad insects that live on the grapes. How to have birds fly over the vines, so that way it manages the gophers who are eating the insects. It's creating a healthy balance, a complete culture, a complete ecosystem that I'm really happy to support. I want to be able to try this wine. 100% vegan as well, and using very little filtering. Something interesting I don't think you'll see in the camera. Maybe, yeah. See how on my glass there's a little bit of like crystals, little specks? I believe that those are minerals that made it through the vegan filtering process that he was using. He's kind of minimally filtering the grapes, and keeping this wine alive. Having more wine sediment, wine material in the glass means it's going to be changing and evolving a little bit more complicated, in a more complex and nuanced fashion than a wine that's been completely fine. There's pluses and minuses with it. There's a debate amongst winemakers about this, but I think it's awesome. So let's give this one a smell and see where it goes. I just opened this, so I'm going to give it a quick tasting now. I'm going to eat dinner, come back and taste it again. So that way we're going to give it a real chance to breathe and open up, because it's not fair I only have this open for 20-30 minutes. But wow. Overpowering liqueur of raspberry, dark chocolate, yeah, like if you had really nice raspberry liqueur, French, fancy, expensive Mirabelle, something like that, and had it poured over a warm, dark chocolate cake with some white pepper. I'm not sure why there's white pepper on there, but and just beautiful fruit that's here. I mean, it's visual. It's almost hard to be able to describe this in terms of just fruit flavors of how gorgeous this wine is. Honey chocolate candies. Little bits of cinnamon and spice underneath there. This is a gorgeous wine. Gorgeous. I'm so glad, Pete, because I was worried. I was like, what if this wine is only okay and it's not cheap, and I wouldn't say anything bad. So this is so nice. I'm so happy, and I haven't even taken a sip. I'm barely approaching this wine. Hints of orange zest as well, like almost like a little bit of like lemon and mint at the end. This is maybe the most gorgeous nose I can ever remember having in a Cabernet. There are more. I've had other powerful, beautiful ones, moving noses, but this is just beautiful, like pretty, like you're in a candy store of some mad filmmaker. This is the sort of wine, Pete Hoffman. This is the sort of wine that changes people's lives. I'll come back and have some more tasting notes.